So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're back today with Q&A Sunday. That's where I sit down and answer the questions that you guys submit over at TheTrueBrits.com. So if you want to submit a question, head over there. The website is now running flawlessly. I've changed hosts. I got fed up with how slow it was in the other one. It's a different layout. It's more of a blog, and it's just easier. So head over there, submit them, and I'll try my best to answer them each week. But we have some more PES 2015 in the background. Barcelona and Real Madrid. I'm playing as Real Madrid. I know I'm putting out a lot of PES 2015 at the moment demo, but FIFA 15 is coming out on Tuesday. I'm going to start my Man United playthrough with them. So then we're going to start rolling with the FIFA 15. So come back on Tuesday. It will all be up and running. Finally, as well, I wanted to add 2 more points to the pros and cons I put out yesterday about PES 2015. And 2 of the negatives that I forgot was advanced shooting being pretty much broken now at the moment, well, in the demo anyway, from outside the box. If you guys haven't tried it, try it out and see if it's the same for you. But, you know, I've had 4 shots from outside the box in one game. They all hit the same corner of the bar, and they all had the same animation. So that was a bit ridiculous. And secondly, there's not enough fouls. Simple as that. I mean, football, there is a ton of fouls in the game. Always fouls. Especially in a rivalry match. But there's hardly any. So that also needs to be sort of fixed. But anyway, let's get into the questions. The first one's from Jamie. And he says, is Chelsea going to win the Barclays Premier League? Well, I can't predict the future. But I will give you my thoughts on that one. And they have a chance of winning the Premier League. Yes, they've had a great start. 12 points out of 12. Fantastic. They're already, you know, 5, 6, 7 points ahead of City, Arsenal, and Man United. But there's a long way to go. They haven't played all the, any of the top teams. They're playing City this weekend, or they would have already played them by now. Depends how they get on with it. And this, before we carry on here, this side foot animation, not a fan of it. They still need a little bit of work on it. The ball doesn't look very realistic when they curl it. So hopefully they'll sort of fix that. But Chelsea, they have a chance. They will be up there. They're a good team, but they can drop points. We saw that in the Champions League midweek. 1-0 against Schalke. Schalke aren't the greatest team in the world, especially at home. Chelsea should be winning that. So they are going to drop points, but they do have a chance of winning it. All right, next up from Rob. He says, what is your favourite Aston Martin? Have you ever played an Assassin's Creed game? And do you think David Luiz is overrated? Alright, so my favourite Aston Martin, I've got a lot of them, but I love the Vanquish. The new one looks fantastic. The Vantage is not bad as well. You know, the Aston Martin 177, which is the one that's about 1.8 million. And they only made, obviously, a limited amount. That car looks very nice as well. But I will probably take a Vanquish, to be honest with you. It's such a lovely car. And it's not massively expensive, but it is obviously a pretty expensive car. Have you ever played an Assassin's Creed game? Yes, I've played Assassin's Creed 1, 2, I think 3. I don't think I played Revelation or something, one of those. I'm not sure what that one is. I do have Black Flag, but the problem with me is I get bored of games very quickly. I have a very bad attention span. The only games I play every year, non-stop, is football games. PES and FIFA, I can sit down and play them pretty much all year long, but when it comes to Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, even Destiny, I didn't pick up Destiny because I know after 1 week it's just going to sit on my cupboard. So, yeah, I'm a little bit crappy when it comes to trying to play games and finish them. But I have played quite a few Assassin's Creed games. And David Luiz, is he overrated? Probably a little bit. He's all right. He's not amazing. I mean, he's one of these players that he's a defender, but he's more of a attacking defender. I mean, he doesn't like to defend a whole lot, likes to push forward, but I do think he's probably overrated in like FIFA and PES than he really should be. I mean, I'm not saying he's not a bad player, don't get me wrong. He's scored some fantastic long-range shots. He's got, good technique sometimes it goes a little bit wrong, but I think he probably is a little bit overrated. Okay, next up from Mo. Says, if you ever had the opportunity, would you ever be a football commentator for Barclays Premier League matches? Personally, I think you're a great commentator and hope you do get this kind of chance. Well, thank you. And yes, I would absolutely love the chance to do something like that. The problem, though, with commentating like that, this was good reflexes here by Casillas, making some good saves. But the problem with live commentaries is that it's just that. It's live. If you mess up, everyone is listening and everyone knows you've screwed up. I mean, commentators do it. I've heard commentators say the wrong names and the wrong teams. It happens. But I would love to do it. I mean, it's practice. That's what it is. Doing what I do, you guys don't see when I don't do a live commentary what happens. If I mess up, I can edit it out, no problem. You guys won't know that I've screwed up. And I do sometimes, because if I do a commentary in the morning when I wake up, I'm half asleep. My brain isn't even fully functioned yet. If I do a commentary at night, I can do it like that, no problem. So, yeah, I would love to do it, and hopefully, you know, one day a chance will come, but we'll have to see. Alright, next up from Vid7777 says, what do you think about goal nets in FIFA and PES? Well, we've had this dispute, and I said it in my last video. I told you guys what I thought about them. FIFA's this year, fantastic. PES, the same useless, crappy physics. So, that's it in a nutshell. I think most people would agree. If you honestly think PES's net physics are good, then there's something wrong with you. I mean, and I know a lot of people may say, well, I don't care about physics, but look, they're there. They're part of the game. You've got to have them in there. It's not something you can just stick in. I mean, you might as well just have a goal net, just a frame otherwise, and don't even bother with the net if you're not even going to work on the physics of them. So, there we have it. It's a good save there by Bravo. Okay, next up from Peter Park. Says, hi TTB, I'm probably your only fan in South Korea. Well, I'd hope not, I'd hope not. Liking your videos a lot. I have some questions. One, what do you think of Park Ji-sung or any other South Korean footballer in the Premier League, Bundesliga? Number two, also, do you have any plans of going to next year's Gamescom? Well, I don't know a whole lot of South Korean players. Park Ji-sung I thought was a great player. Being a Man United fan, obviously he was there for a while. Such a workhorse, you know. It was a little bit... I was disappointed when he left because I know he's not one of these flair players, but he's such a workaholic. Sir Alex Ferguson would always put him in on the Champions League games. Why? Because he'd do just that. Run, 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 get the ball, you know, and he's just a workhorse. So it was great to see him play, you know, he was a great player. I like watching him. And secondly, will I be going to Gamescom next year? No, probably not. I mean, unless someone's going to pay for my flight and all that, no, it's not really going to happen. It's expensive, especially living in Florida, to fly to Germany and all that, get a hotel, get transport. It's pretty expensive. All right, next up from that one's already been answered, but here we have JDRY says, hi, number one, where do you think Arsenal will finish? And number two, who do you think will win the Champions League? Greetings from England. All right, number one, so Arsenal. Arsenal are probably a third, fourth place team this year. I don't think they're going to win the league. Don't think they have that knack. Yeah, they bought in Danny Welbeck, but, you know, Danny Welbeck's shown that he's a good player, Welbeck, but he very much reminds me of, like, Andy Cole. His finishing is so hit and miss. He can bang them in, or he can go ahead and miss 3 chances in a row. So I think Arsenal are still lacking that little bit extra. Yes, Alexis Sanchez has scored some great goals. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong, but I still think they need another sort of player like Alexis Sanchez to really battle for the title. And who will win the Champions League? That's a tough one. I mean, Real Madrid started off well, smashing the hell out of Basel, was it, that they played. So they're going to be a favourite because they won it last year. Bayern Munich will still be one of the favourites. Even Borussia Dortmund getting pretty far as well. Barcelona, although they barely won, and they are at home. Will there be any English teams this year? I don't think any of the English teams have the knack to get that far, if I'm being honest with you. They just seem to never do it against the big clubs. So unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll have to see. There's Ronaldo smashing one over the bar. I did a lot of long shots in this game, guys. You'll probably see that, but I was trying my best to see if I could score any absolute screamers. All right, next up from Kakarot. I think that's how you pronounce your name. You said I pronounced it wrong last time, but I'm saying Kakarot. So Kakarot, that's what I'll go for. He says, what is your best football game you've ever played? Great commentary videos. Love your PES Master League ones. Keep up the great work. Cheers, buddy. The best football game I've ever played, I would probably say, I've probably had numerous ones, and I'll tell you something. When I first got a PlayStation 2, I said to myself, I'm not going to buy any more football games. No idea why I said that, but I said it. Like, literally a month later, obviously I went out and I bought Pro Evolution Soccer. I still actually have the game somewhere. I should have bought it over, but I still have the game because it's a PAL version. You can't trade him in over here. And I loved it. Pro Evolution Soccer, the first one was brilliant. The second one was brilliant. The third was brilliant, even better. The fourth was even better. And then we obviously have 5 and 6. So I would honestly say probably my favourite PES games, probably 3, 4, 5 and 6. Them 4 were absolutely fantastic. I used to sit down hours on end. I used to love playing as Roma, so I'd sit down and play that. But yeah, glory days. The glory days of PES. Fantastic. Will it be back? Hopefully. We'll have to see. We're on the right track. The gameplay's great this year. I just still think it's a little bit... It is arcadey this year. It is a very arcadey game. But it is fun. They're bringing the fun factor back into it, so that is a good sign. Alright, next up from Dan. He says, what are your opinions on NHL 14? Well, I honestly can't give you an opinion, unfortunately, because I haven't played it. You know, I'm not really... Not interested in other sports. I don't download the Madden demos because I still don't understand that sport at all. That's more about like setting up gameplay plans than playing the game. I don't know. Don't really play NHL. Probably the NBA is the only other sports game I play. So sorry I can't answer your question on that one. Okay, next up from Samo77 says, question 1. Do you think Real Madrid will do fine after they sold Di Maria? And can they still be able to win the treble? And number 2, will Gareth Bale be able to win the World Player of the Year, at least reach the top 3 in the next few years? Alright, number 1. Di Maria gone. Yes, he's gone. Massive bonus for Man U, or Man United, so I shouldn't say Man U, I'll say Man United. We've already seen Di Maria play, quality player. He's going to shine at Man United massively. It is a big loss for Real Madrid, but he was sort of under the radar there. He's getting cancelled out by the likes of Ronaldo, Bale, Toni Kroos coming in there, Modric. So he wasn't getting the recognition he probably felt he deserved. I think he made the right move. But I think Real Madrid can still, you know, do well. He's a loss, but they have a lot of quality, you know, as well. So yes, they could probably still try and win the treble. Will Gareth Bale be able to win the World Player of the Year or get in the top 3? I don't think he's not up there with Messi and Ronaldo right now. He is a phenomenal player. He's got a lot better. His work rate isn't quite there. And he can have those games that are sort of hit and miss, but, you know, every player can. But I think he can get in top 3 because there's been some players in the top 3 over the years that I haven't really felt deserved it as much. Iniesta's always up there. He hasn't been playing as great over the last few years, but yeah, I think Bale can get in the top 3 if Ronaldo stays, you know, and keeps with Real Madrid. Will Ronaldo stay? There's a lot of speculation whether Ronaldo will be moving back to Man United. I would hope so. That'd be amazing. But I think it may be a couple years when he gets a little bit older before he does so. Okay, next up from Darren. He says, hey TTB, I just wanted to ask, have you got any tips on how to defend on FIFA 14? I would like to know before the next FIFA comes out. Well, I'll try to just cram this in because FIFA's out in a couple of days. But my only tips really, and this goes for any football game like PES as well, you have to use the jostle button. You have to use the jostle button. I'll say that twice because it's important. Don't run around like a headless chicken. Put it on the hardest difficulty, and I can't believe you're conceding in the last minute. Pathetic, but it happens. But you have to learn to defend by using jostle. Sit back, wait. When you get a chance, then you make the challenge. I actually alternate the buttons as well. I personally prefer on FIFA to use the R1 button as the barge out the way button. And then I switch that one with square, which is teammate contain. So I can use square and X to kind of use the teammate to contain, I can contain. And then if there's ever a problem, bang, straight in with the R1, give them a nudge. And it's worked so well for me, honestly has. So my tips would be jostle, time it, switch the controls to how I have it and learn to play that way. But just make sure you take your time. Don't run around with R2, sprinting all over the place. It just doesn't help. Now and then, yes, online you could probably get away with it as much. But playing offline against the AI on a tough difficulty, they're going to literally walk circles around you. So, not really worth it. Anyway, that's it, guys. That's all the time we have for today. I've still got a lot to answer, but please do submit some more. I'm trying to work my way through them. Hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. Hope you have a great Sunday. And until next time, take care.